Good morning, class. I am Aiza Maglente and I am your teachers for Mathematics 8. So before we start our discussion, please all stand. Let us pray first. So Mr. James Prill, can you lead the prayer? Amen. Before you sit down, please pick up the pieces of paper, trashes in your chairs, under your chairs. Okay, and arrange your chairs. Okay, you may now sit down and sit properly. Before we start our lesson, I will be checking your attendance first. Okay, say present when your name is called. James Prill, Leoneza, Daungkay. Are everyone is called? Okay, perfect attendance. Before we formally start our discussion, I would like to remind first that when I'm discussing, no one is allowed to talk. And if you have questions or clarifications, just raise your right hand. Are we clear? Okay, if that's so, before we tackled our lesson for today, let us recall our previous lessons. What is our last topic? Okay? Very good. Okay, refers to these triangles. Name the three corresponding sides. Okay, please stand. Very good. Second, name the two congruent angles. Okay, again. Thank you. Very good. And the last question is, prove the triangle's congruence. Okay, again. Thank you. Very good. Since you have already understood the process of congruence in two triangles and proven the statement of triangle congruence, you are now ready for your next activity. So our objective for today is okay. Please everyone read it loud. Okay. Thank you. Our objective for today is all about proving statement and triangle congruence by side, 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 or SSS postulates. So, and proving in statement triangles congruence, there are postulates and theorems to prove the statements of triangles. So, those postulates are the first is the side, 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 or SSS postulates. Second is side, angle, side, or SHS postulates. Third is the angle, side, angle, or the ASA postulates. And the last is the angle, angle, side, or side, angle, angle theorems. So those are the parts of proving the statement and triangle congruence. But I will be discussing for today is the SSS or side, side, side postulates. Before that, I will divide you into 5 groups. So, let's start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, here is the group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and the last is the group 5. So, you may now go in your assigned area. Okay, are all we set? Okay, so here is the activity paper and you will be given only 5 minutes to answer with your group, and after that, I will collect all the activity sheets. So you may now start answering. Okay, time is over. Give me your activity sheets. Okay, thank you. So, group 1, choose your representative to discuss your answers in your activity sheets. Okay, Mr. Okay, you may sit down. Thank you. Okay. For that activity is the warm-up of our discussion for today. So, let us clarify all your answers in my discussion and listen carefully so that you can answer your group activity or questions later. Our topic for today is all about the proof statement on triangles congruence. So let us first know the SSS postulates or side-side-side postulates. Side-side-side postulates is focused only on the corresponding congruent side of triangles, not really concerned with angles and determining whether or not two triangles are congruent. Okay, let us try to work the two-column proof that requires the SSS postulates. So here is the illustration of the triangles and the examples and given in the statements and reasons, which are the two-column proof. Okay, for example, given is the line HK congruent to line JK. And another given is I is the midpoint of HJ. So, to prove the triangle HIK is congruent to triangle JIK. But before you can answer the two-column proof, these statements and reason, you should remember the definitions, theorems, and postulates of the congruence, triangle's congruence, so that you can answer, you can fill up the statements and reasons, which is the two-column proof. So first, we should do is to write the given. So there are two given. There are two given. So let's write there the line HK is congruent to line JK. HK is congruent to line JK. So there are another given. I is the midpoint of HJ. So I is the midpoint of HJ. So this is the given. And the reason, so given and given. Now, let's see the triangles. The definitions of the triangles. For 3 of statements, line KI is congruent to KI. So, what is the reason? It is reflexive property. So, you write there the reflexive property because there are two angles, triangles that is congruent. Understand? Okay, let's proceed. Line HI is congruent to line JI. So, the reason is definition of midpoint because I is the midpoint of the H and J. So that is why the reason is definition of midpoint. And it is congruent. So next is triangle HIK. Triangle HIK is congruent to triangle JIK. And it is SSS postulates because the definition of SSS postulates is focused only on the corresponding congruent side of the triangles. So any clarifications, questions of my discussions? Okay, no one is raising their hands, so it means that you understand my discussion. So if there is no clarifications and questions of my discussions, I will proceed to let us proceed to the next activity with the same group. So here is the activity sheets and the directions are given there. So read it carefully and you have only 3 minutes to answer the questions, the activity. And the first group who will finish first the activity will have the additional points. Okay, you may now start answering. Okay, time is up. Pass now your activity sheets. Okay, thank you. Since the last group submitted their activity sheet is the group 5, so you will be the one who will present your answers. Okay. Very good. You may now sit down. So it seems that you understand my discussion. Okay, go back to your original seat. Okay, so are all we set? To know that you understand well my topic for today. Mr. James, please stand up. What is our topic for today? Okay, very good. You may now sit down. Okay, second questions. How do you supply the missing reasons of the two-column proof? Okay. Very good. You may now sit down. It seems that you all understand my discussion for today. Just always remember that side-side-side postulates or SSS focus only on the corresponding congruent side of triangles. The definitions of side-side-side postulates so that you can answer the two-column proof. Provide the two-column proof, which is the statements and reasons. For your individual activity, get a whole sheet of paper and answer this exercise. You have only 5 minutes to answer the exercise that I pasted here on the board. So, time starts now. Okay, time is up. Finish or unfinished, pass your papers in front. Okay, thank you. In your assignment, get your assignment notebook, and write this assignment that I pasted on this board. And so in our next meeting, pass your assignment that should be written in the whole sheet of paper. So are all we clear? Okay, that's all for today, class. See you in our next meeting, and goodbye and God bless.